Breaking right now, the FBI launching a new search operation in the quest to find Nancy Guthrie. The FBI says numerous agents now carrying out an extensive search along multiple roadways in the Catalina foothills area just outside of Tucson, Arizona, where Guthrie lives. It comes as authorities say they detained and released an individual overnight in connection to the disappearance of the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. That man, asking to be identified only as Carlos, speaking out after his release and telling ABC affiliate KNXV that being detained was terrifying.
If they saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't even have to put a traffic stop or anything. I got off the car and they arrested me as soon as I got out the car. They didn't even tell me what was going on until the detectives got here, like 2 hours before I got arrested. And then the detectives got here. It was the FBI agent in Santa Cruz County, and they told me I was being detained for kidnapping. And I asked them, like, well, kidnapping of who? And they told me this lady, I don't know her name. And
Nancy Guthrie?
Yeah, that's her.
Still focusing on the manhunt now for who they're calling an armed individual seen here disturbing the Nest Cam that police recovered from Nancy Guthrie's front door. Let's bring in our Alex Stone. He's tracking the latest out of L.A. So, Alex, what more do we know about this new round of searches?
Well, we know from the FBI, Kara, that they say that they are going to be all day today searching along the Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood with FBI agents. They are looking for any kind of evidence that they can find of what happened to her, that they want to check and they want to check again. No indication that there is anything in those areas, but was something tossed out of a car? Is there any bit of evidence of what happened to her? They've been looking in storm drains. They've been looking in septic systems, anything that they can for her, but also for any indication of what happened to her. Also, we now know that man named Carlos, who you were talking about, that he was apparently on the radar of the FBI and of police, according to our sources, before the video came out yesterday. We understand he has not been ruled out as a suspect, but he may have had nothing to do with this. He is a delivery driver. We know there were cell phone pings, our sources are saying, linked back to him in the area, his car known to be in the area. But again, as a delivery driver, that would all be somewhat normal.
So what are investigators saying about this person who was detained and released, and whether they believe this individual could be the person who appears in that Nest Cam video?
Well, they still don't know. And our sources are saying that they are looking into him, that they are looking at his background. They executed the search warrant last night, but it's looking less likely that he was connected to this. Again, going back to our sources telling us cell phone pings, a vehicle in the area, that they thought maybe around that time, that even before the video coming out, that they thought might have linked them to this, but they've got to go and check on those leads. They got to go and talk to him. And in this case, they had enough probable cause of him being in the area, knowing he was in the area, to get a search warrant to go into the home that his mother-in-law's home that he's been living in, and that was enough. He has been released. They are no longer searching the home. He has not been completely ruled out, but we understand that it's looking less likely that he was involved.
Our Alex Stone out of L.A. for us. Alex, thank you. So for more, let's bring in our contributor and retired FBI agent Rich Frankel, also our ABC News legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer. So, Rich, what could authorities be looking for in this new round of searches, you think?
Kind of what Alex just said. You know, any debris that was thrown out on the side of the road, anything that was dropped on the side of the road, it could be really, you know, a piece of paper, something with a fingerprint on it. You know, I've been in these cases where, you know, you'll go back and we found cell phones 2-3 days later. So, you know, it's not unheard of that this late in the search that they would be doing this again and again, because you basically want to make sure that you have not missed any detail. And now that you have the evidence response team out there, these guys are expert. This is what they do. They live for this. They live for finding that little piece of evidence that will break a case open.
Got it. Okay, Brian, I'll get to you in just a moment, but apparently Alex Stone has some new details. Alex, what do you have for us?
Well, a lot of this, Kara, is what we're finding out right now. The one we know that, and as Rich just talked about, they're going through every frame of the video today, trying to figure out if there's any other clue in the video of, does he have a tattoo on him? There's been some speculation that maybe when he moves his clothing that you see something under this. Does he have a mustache? Is it a male? I'm saying him, but it looks like that he's got some facial hair in the upper lip and lower lip. But all of this coming as our sources are now telling us that the man seen in the video, that when they started to focus on that was after they had already been looking at this guy who went by the name of Carlos about an hour south of Tucson, that they were already on the trail of this guy Carlos in the Tucson area because of his location data, of the cell phone pings, of his vehicle being in the area. But again, he claims that he's just a delivery driver and that he was in the area because that's what he does for a job. So if it will pan out, we don't know. But at this point, he has not been completely ruled out, but it's looking less likely that he was involved.
Got it. Okay, Alex, thank you. So, Brian, let's take that information and talk about when authorities detain and release somebody like, this man Carlos. Is it possible they could still become a person of interest later on?
Absolutely. When it comes to probable cause, the amount of information you need to arrest someone, and Carlos was not arrested, he was detained, so they didn't have that level of information. It's fluid. And what Richard and Alex are saying is as more information comes up, we could move back into a place where there is probable cause and where Carlos is arrested. But that's a lot of ifs in that situation. What we're seeing now is at least at this point in time, they don't have the information to either detain him or arrest him, and they're going to continue their investigation. But don't forget, they searched his home, so they had some level of information that they believed was enough to go forward. Could it simply just be that he was in the wrong place at the right time? Probably, or the wrong place at the wrong time, sorry. Probably. But as this investigation continues, we will find more.
All right, Alex, Rich, Brian, thanks, guys.